$1,000 and 4 days later, and I now have the guinea pig room of my dreams. Welcome back to the pig room, you guys, or welcome to the pig room if you are new here. I am currently inside of the new pig room. I cannot wait to show you guys, but I am going to be walking you guys through the entire process of actually how we got here. Let me just say, this was a long trek on foot in the desert with no water. It was a lot. This makeover was filled with so much joy, stress, happiness, tears, blood, every single emotion you could ever think of. It truly was just all encapsulating of every emotion my body could ever experience. When it comes to being an owner of 17 guinea pigs, I truly feel like it's my mission to try and spoil my pigs as much as I possibly can. And this is definitely going to mark the biggest renovation or anything that I've ever done for my piggies. So I'm so excited to bring you guys through the process. This room has gone through so many changes in the last 2 years of us moving here, adding new piggies to the family, to new bondings, to bonds breaking, to piggies passing, to piggies being rehomed. This room truly has been through so much and has seen potentially every single layout. But there's always been one thing that I have felt like has honestly gotten in the way of my happiness in this room, and that's always been the carpet. I've gotten so many comments from people on Instagram and also on YouTube being like, you should really replace the carpet, get laminate flooring or get hardwood. And the thought of that process and taking that on was always super stressful to me because it's a huge task to take on, and also I've never done anything like that. But there was a time before I was going to bed one night and I was just imagining how much nicer the pig room would be with laminate flooring. So in kind of a spur of the moment decision, I kind of bit the bullet and ordered the flooring. It was not cheap, it was very expensive, hence the title of this video, $1,000 makeover, because that's what I had spent on this. Now with every renovation that I do, it's super important for me to come up with a game plan to make sure that this goes as smoothly as possible, no matter how small or big a renovation is that I do, whether it be a makeover or just something that I'm changing inside of here. I always need to make sure that it's going to work out. So I came up with a list of 6 tasks to make sure that I create the guinea pig room of my dreams. Number 1 was to create temporary cages for the pigs so they could be moved outside of the pig room. Number 2 is to deconstruct all of the cages and clear out the room of everything. Number 3 is to sanitize all of the cage grids so they would be totally fresh for when I reconstruct the cages. Number 4 was to rip up the carpet and replace with laminate flooring. Number 5 was to create a functional layout for both the pigs and I. And number 6, and the most important, is to enjoy the new pig room. Now my house is not big at all. It's actually pretty small. I think it's about like 1,400 square feet. So finding placement for 17 piggies in my house was a very difficult process. Also an even bigger thing to plan out because I didn't know how I was going to do it. They are actually in the biggest room in my house. So the thought of trying to figure out how I can move them into my smaller rooms, I was like, is this even possible? But I actually resorted back to my old ways of living in New York, and they say, if you can't build out, build up. So that is exactly what I did. I ended up actually building a 5-tier cage, which housed 7 of my piggies, 5 of my single males, and Ariel and Fifi at the top. It looked crazy. It was kind of cool. It wasn't the most practical in the sense of space for the piggies. They were all living in 2x2s. So it was only really a hair bigger than a pet store cage. So I felt really bad because I love having my piggies in big cages and they have never been in a cage size that small. So I felt like I was putting them in jail, but I just reminded myself this is only going to be temporary for a couple days. They're going to be fine. So yeah, I moved them into this piggy condo, which housed all of my single males in 2x2s. And then Ariel and Fifi were at the top with a 2x4. Ariel and Fifi got a little bit more lucky because they had a little bit more space. The males, not so much, but surprisingly enough, they seem pretty okay in this space and were not like super agitated or stressed out. I then went ahead and moved the rest of the piggies to my sewing room, and they took up literally like every square foot of the floor. So once the piggies were all moved into their temporary cages, it was time to get into the pig room and start this renovation. This step was probably the most stressful and the hardest to do. I was installing laminate flooring, so I could not have like a single thing in here because I had to literally rip up the carpet and get it out of here. So I had to disassemble each cage, take off each connector, each grid, chop off all the zip ties, like everything. We are starting from bare bones. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wanted to do this because this is not at all what I want to do. This was hard on me because I took so much time, effort, and energy building these beautiful, wonderful cages, and to have to tear them down was like a guinea pig skipping veggies for the night. They ain't happy, and neither was I. Number 2 was to sanitize all of the grids. This was the most important thing for me personally when it came to renovating the pig room. If you guys don't know, I have only one pair of bonded boys, which are Leon and Styles. They're actually currently behind me. I would like to keep it that way with them being bonded because they get along pretty well for the most part. Kind of like brothers, they kind of bicker here and there, but they do really well with each other. And if you guys don't know, something as simple as having the smell and scent of female pigs, or any other pigs for that matter, on grids or something else, like an item or a toy, whatever, it could really disrupt their bond. And with them, they're a little bit rocky and on the fence with their relationship sometimes. So I felt like putting or risking, you know, something in their cage that could potentially throw that off. I didn't want to take that risk. So I ended up just sanitizing all of the connectors and grids for peace of mind, knowing that my boys were going to stay together. So to sanitize the grids, I'm going to need only 2 things. First one being my rescue solution. This was actually recommended by my veterinarian. They just use these in between appointments to make sure everything is super sanitized. It's 1 gallon, and this is actually the concentrate, so you need to mix this with a bunch of water. In this case, we're doing it in the tub, which is perfect. So a little of this goes a long way. But if you guys are looking for a super deep and just really heavy cleaner to get your piggies' things super clean, I highly recommend this. This does have a semi-bleachy, hospital-y smell, and I will say in the beginning I really did not like it, but I've grown used to it, and it's completely safe to use around your piggies. So we'll be using this in the tub to get the grids clean, and then also simply just some Dawn dish soap to get nice and sudsy. Number 4 was to rip up the carpet, which was literally the most exciting part ever. I was so freaking excited for this. I was pleasantly surprised to actually have found tile underneath the flooring. I would have wished it was like the most gorgeous hardwood floor underneath there, but it was like this very cheap stick-on thin tile. It was not cute. It was almost like in the 80s with like crime shows, you'd see that tile in there. Kind of scary, not cute. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna cover this and get this all pretty. As I was ripping up all of the carpet thread by thread, I was just reminded of all of the things that have ever soaked into this carpet and have fallen onto it. Hay, pee, poop, water, every single possible thing that a pig could create mess-wise is on this carpet and soaked into it. So I was like, this just feels so good knowing that I'm ripping up this carpet and getting it out of here, never to be seen again. Honestly, with every single big chunk that I removed, I was like, this room is feeling so much better and so much lighter and just overall a lot fresher. So I was super excited to go ahead and install the laminate flooring. It took about 2 days total for all of the flooring to go in, but it was definitely worth the wait. I would have liked to get it done a little bit sooner because I was anticipating for the piggies to get back in here and moved and into their actual cages. By like the 2nd to 3rd day, I just felt so bad that the piggies were still in these temporary cages, not being spoiled to death. So it was definitely killing me, but all in all, the process went well and the flooring was installed. So I cannot be happier with the way things were looking and to get the piggies in here. When it came to making a layout in this room, my mind went to like a million places because I had so much opportunity to create just honestly any single layout that I possibly could. But I wanted to keep in mind that like, not only do I want to maximize the spaces for the piggies, of course, I want them to have like super large cages so they can stay active in them, but I need to make sure that it's functional for myself. That was honestly like the non-negotiable. I wanted to make sure that when it came time to cleaning the cages, filming in here, I had the most room possible. And where my mind went to was to go ahead and resort back to probably the oldest layout I've ever done in this room, which was when you walked into the room, you'd have 1 cage on the left and 1 cage on the right, and just a huge floor space in the middle. I felt like this was just the best overall thing for me to do. So I went ahead and settled on that layout and we got straight to work.
Go
I cannot believe how good the pig room looks, guys. Look how amazing this is. This honestly feels like a brand new room. The flooring is absolutely stunning. I am so happy with my choice. And the piggies' cages and this layout makes so much sense. I have so much more room to clean. All of the single boys got upgrades. Everyone is in the appropriate size cage. They are honestly loving it. So we've got our cabinet right here, which carries my daily guinea pig essentials like food, critical care, cleaning supplies, all that kind of fun stuff. And then we have our piggy memorial for all of the piggies that have passed on us. It took me actually a little while to hang up JoJo's sign, but I just did it yesterday and it looks so freaking amazing. Not mind this, this is actually my AC remote, and then this is my battery. I'm actually gonna turn this off so you guys can hear me better. I ended up actually getting a new AC like a couple weeks ago, and this thing works so much better than my old one. I still can't get over this flooring. Like, I'm just walking in here and it feels so much better on my feet. It also feels cleaner. Like, I felt like even with an air purifier, it never truly got clean, but with now having this flooring, like, it doesn't hold any dust or dander or dirt or smells. It's just super simple to clean, and this thing can finally like do its job, I feel like. So as you guys know, my single boys were all able to get upgrades besides Ollie, because I actually have plans for him, which actually changed during this video as I was recording it. So I will update you guys about that. But Billy, Kai, and Ezra all are now living in 3x4s. They were all living in 3x3s. So they got a 3 square feet upgrade, which makes me so happy to see because they have so much more room. So right over here, we have Ezra, who is enjoying his space. And then we have Kai, who is actually obsessed with Billy. He literally just wants to lay up against his cage right there next to him. Billy obviously does not care, but Kai absolutely loves him. May try to bond them. I'm not 100% sure, just because I'm very nervous with boys and bondings, but it's worth a try, and I'm gonna definitely see how they interact with each other through the next couple days and weeks through the bars, and I'll be able to decide if I wanna do that or not. We've got Billy Boy over here, who is currently in his tunnel over there. As you can see, we also have all of the Christmas lights set up. I did have to order more for some of my cages, so those are actually coming today, which I'm really excited for because I can finally assemble them. But here is Billy's cage. I love how colorful it is with the pig mat, the pig bed, and the liner. It looks so freaking colorful and nice. I was short on some Christmas lights, which is why it's kind of dark under here, so I'm going to be adding some more. Here is Ollie's cage. He does not leave that thing ever. So I actually could not put connector pieces down at the bottom because this room is just shy of 15 feet, which is the size of this entire cage. So I ended up having to not put a grid back there, if you guys can see that, and then also not using connector pieces, which is why this is like kind of just wonky and only connected at the top pieces. It's fine. Ollie's not like a crazy pig where he's gonna want to escape and like push this out and stuff. So this will stay there. But yeah, this does look kind of crazy. But again, I probably should just mention it now. I am actually going to be getting Ollie neutered, and he's going to be living with some of my females. He's getting neutered, I believe it's August 24th, and I'm so freaking excited for him. I feel like he's my most sweet boy just by looking at him. Hopefully that's the case, and I do get lucky and it's an easy bond, but I really, really want him to have some female friends, and I feel like he'll do really well with them. So fingers crossed, and expect to see another neuter vlog for him. And then if we come to the opposite side of the room, I just again have some more storage. I've got their water, this light, hay, which I need to refill, and their aspen shavings. And then over here, we have 2 of our cages, one for Vision's herd, and then one for Leon and Styles. This is a 3x7 CNC cage. So we've got Lennon right over here. Someone's in the house. Dorothy's over there with Willow. Or no, Willow's actually right in there in the Timothy tent. And we also have Vision right there. Also wanted to mention to you guys, this is a new product that I actually just launched not long ago. These are the absorbent mats. Absolutely adorable. These are actually my own pigs on the print. It is so freaking cute, and they're super cushiony and soft, so they're perfect on your piggy's feet. And also I have some pig room toys. I got my willow ball, we've got the shooting star, and then we also have our Timothy tent. But yes, that is their cage right there, and they are absolutely loving it. And then moving right on down to the bottom, we have my cage for Leon and Mr. Styles. Styles is currently back there, and I believe Leon is over in his tunnel. I do need to get some hay for them as well. And also I seem to have misplaced my pellet dish for them, so I gotta find that. So I just went ahead and actually scatter fed them, and it works. Not my favorite because it doesn't look the greatest, But yeah, I'm definitely going to try and find that pellet dish again. Also, I have realized that they do not like this water bottle for some reason. Like, they have not taken even a sip out of it. They like these ones right here, the old-fashioned kind. So I'm gonna have to exchange that one out for a normal one. But they are living inside of the same cage that they were before, so no upgrade or no downgrade, and they get along amazing in this space. Honestly, they are my most biggest, chunkiest, and most craziest boys, I feel like. When it comes to being with each other, like, they act like brothers. So having this space is definitely necessary for them to get along. I feel like if I was to have done anything smaller, their bond honestly probably would have broken by now. But yeah, this cage size is awesome for them. And now's when I actually need to update you guys with potentially one of the biggest changes here in the pig room, minus the new cage layout, minus the new flooring. And that is that I actually have a new pig living with other pigs. But when I was actually moving Winston's herd into the cage, you guys know Winston has not been getting along with Caroline for the last couple months. He's been bullying her, chasing her, humping her, ripping out her fur. Nothing to the point of like blood drawn, but just very bully-esque. And it was just not great. As soon as I put them all in the cage, Winston really went after her and I was like, nope, that is it, I'm calling it. So I ended up actually taking Caroline out of the cage, trying to bond her with Ariel and Fifi, and that was a major fail. Ariel actually launched at Caroline, which I was surprised to see. I felt like Ariel would be like very calm, but no, she did not like Caroline, and also Caroline did not like her. I don't know what it is about Caroline. There's just a lot of piggies that do not like her. She is quite the personality. She's like a grumpy old lady. So because that did not work, I was like, all right, what can I do here? So I was like, you know what? Let's try doing Winston with Ariel and Fifi. So I tried it out, guys, and as you can see, Winston is now living with Ariel and Fifi. He loves them and they love him. It was like a match made in heaven. They got along like instantly. As you can tell, he is just enjoying his piggy bunk bed with his new friends. They get along literally amazing. I'm like quite surprised. It was potentially one of the easiest bonds that I've ever done. But yeah, he is living with them now. Their cage is not the size that I would like. I do actually want to put them in something slightly bigger. So right now they have a 3x5. I would like to go to maybe like a 3x6 to a 3x7 because these are my most biggest girls. Like Fifi, you could see her fur. She is like the size of two pigs, so she definitely needs the room. But Winston is now looking cute as ever with his new friends, and I'm very happy it all worked out. So Winston's got new friends. Caroline is living her calm life again and not having to worry about who's behind her, where's Winston. She's no longer stressed out, so that makes me feel so much better. This is the brand new pig room. I am so excited to get in here and start filming all kinds of videos for you guys. I actually ended up ordering a GoPro, so I'm going to be doing like real cage time cleanings with you guys in like POV format, which I'm really, really excited for. With having this new space and the way it looks, I am so happy to now come in here. I feel relieved, I feel relaxed, I feel calm, and I know the piggies are loving it too. This layout honestly makes so much sense because I have so much more room to clean in here and film and do all kinds of things with the piggies, so I'm very happy with my decision. If you guys would like to see any particular videos here on this channel, please let me know in the comments below and I will be more than happy to do that for you guys. Again, I'm feeling so inspired to film all kinds of videos again for you guys. Hopefully getting back to my 1 video a week schedule or even 2 a week. I would love to do that. So again, let me know down below what kind of videos you guys want to see. But yeah, I'm excited for our future in the new pig room and I hope you guys love it as well. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It has been a long one and I'm just really glad that it's over because this has been beyond stressful and a whole lot of work, but it was definitely worth it in the end, as you guys can see. So yeah, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos every single week. And until then, I will see you guys next time. And I hope you and your piggies are happy, safe, and healthy. Bye guys.